Before we get into the individual look at all the bikes, I'll just give you a quick run through. We've got my Gas Gas ECA2 e-bike on the left, my Kona Operator downhill bike there, my Rocky Mountain Flow Dirtjump bike, and then I threw my daughter's Husqvarna e-bike in there as well. Alright, so before we get into the bikes, I should probably explain the name. Three Fingers MTB is a reference to my hand. This got absolutely mangled in a sawmill accident when I was 16 years old. Trying to hang on to a mountain bike with missing my thumb and this sort of leftover of my index finger is tough. Luckily, I'm able to do my best and hang on, and I can generally kind of bumble my way through most runs. So anyways, a quick little explanation of the name there. Now let's jump into the bikes. Alright, so first up we've got my e-bike, EMTB. This is a Gas Gas ECA2. I got this a few months ago, and this is what really started this whole mountain bike journey of mine. I've ridden bikes since I was a little kid. I've been around them forever, and I've pretty much always had one. But they were just a hardtail or this or that. This thing really got me out in the mountains and got me completely diving headfirst into this whole mountain bike world, and I just absolutely cannot get enough of it. I've put, let's see here, 1,039 kilometers on this in the past probably 4 months or so. I just love this bike. It's got a 730 watt-hour battery, which is gigantic. I have never been able to run it out on a full run. This is on 29-inch wheels. It's got 170 mil travel in the front and 160 in the rear. Got the RockShox Super Deluxe Select shock and then the RockShox Domain on the front. This one only has a 10-speed cassette. I'll probably change that out to a 12-speed. This is kind of like a medium spec bike. It doesn't have the best of components, but the general bones of what it has are definitely pretty good and enough to get you out in the mountains. 200 mil brake rotors front and rear, and 85 Newton meter Yamaha motor. I've really enjoyed this bike, and there's a lot of more high-end stuff out there, I get it, but for me this thing has just been an absolute blast. Alright, now let's jump into my downhill bike. This is a 2017 Kona Operator. Definitely an older bike, but it's been really well looked after. I just picked it up probably about a month or so ago. The person had just put some Race Face Arc 30 heavy duty rims on it. I just threw a new set of Schwalbe Tacky Chans on here that I am definitely in love with. I just had the shock rebuilt. It was definitely starting to buck me over some jumps, and the guy said it was ready for a rebuild. Just got some new brakes, but overall, I mean, it's just a super nice bike. It's been picked away at over the years. Obviously got a new seat and stuff like that. I just threw some DMR race day grips on here, the death grips, which I'm definitely loving. So this is 200 mil of travel front and rear, full sort of downhill spec. It's got SRAM brakes on it. I'm in love with this bike though, long story short. Can't get enough of it. I've been at a bike park basically the last 5 weekends in a row, and it's a little rainy today, so I decided to take the weekend off. But hopefully you guys will see a lot of this bike on the channel. I really, really enjoy riding this thing, and I plan on keeping it for a long time to come. So this is probably one of the more popular, or one of the more common things you're going to see on the channel. Alright, next up we have got my Rocky Mountain Flow Dirtjump bike. Absolutely love this thing. I bought it used for 400 bucks a couple months ago. I've been out on it a few times. I really want to get into dirt jumping. The weather here in Kelowna has gotten very hot and dry. Lately we got a rainy day today, but it has been roasting hot and not exactly dirt jump weather. I've been much more into heading up to the bike park and riding the downhill. This thing I think is a pretty stock bike. It's got a set of Deity grips that I put on it. You know, based on the specs that I found on this, I'm pretty sure this is a 2007, and I think that everything is just basically stock. It's got RockShox Pike shock on it, which I think is really common for dirt jump bikes. Maxxis Holy Roller tires, and surprisingly it's got the stock seat from what I can find. So a 17-year-old bike, it's got a super beefy frame and really a couple of nicks and scratches here and there, but for the price and just the ability to get out there and ride and hit the local dirt jump park, this is definitely all I need. So super pumped about this. I hope to be out riding this thing a lot when the weather sort of tames down a little bit. All right, next up, I'm super excited about this one. This is my daughter's e-bike. This is a Husqvarna Light Cross JR24, I think. It's a hardtail. My daughter's only 7, and this thing was way too big for her. So as you can see, I've got the handlebar stem spun around backwards, which I know looks crazy, but it's just the only way that it would fit her. We've got the seat slid all the way forward. She's been riding around like that for months. She's very happy and content on this thing. And I'm pretty pumped to be able to go out and do this kind of stuff with my daughter. I had considered trying to get my daughter to come up to the bike park with me, but I think that she's probably not quite ready. We're gonna just work on some local trails and get her comfortable going down a bit more steep stuff, and then I'll probably get her like a used kids dual sport downhill type thing. But for now, she's very happy with this bike. Lots of room to grow. Like I said, she's 7 years old, but by the time we spin these back around and move the seat back, I mean, she might still be driving this when she's 10 or 12. I mean, who knows? So hopefully years of life to be had in this bike. So anyways, that's the fleet that we've got at the moment. I want to thank you guys for coming along, and please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. There's going to be lots of content. I've been a very active YouTuber with another channel called Stocky Bald Man for about the last 4 years. But the problem with that channel has been I've really struggled to find one central topic. It's about diesel trucks and ATVs and dirt bikes and all sorts of different things I like to do. But I figured it was time to just sort of try something new and just really focus on one topic, and that topic is going to be mountain bikes. So if you want to check out that other channel, I will put a link in the description. Otherwise though, please stay tuned, and really I'm looking forward to getting into this channel and creating a lot of content over the years to come. Thanks for coming by. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. See you on the next one.